Hello everyone, and welcome back to this intermediate series. I am really excited to be bringing these workouts to you. Just as a reminder, if you haven't gone through the fundamentals yet, I highly recommend you go through that series, master those movements, so this intermediate series will feel much more doable. But of course, you can still do this and modify as much as you need to. Make sure you have a couple of weights that you can switch back and forth, a lighter set of dumbbells, a heavier set of dumbbells. Get your workout started on your fitness tracker, and let's begin. Your first exercise, we're gonna take it down to the mat into your high plank position. So I'm gonna have my shoulders stacked right on top of my elbow, right on top of my wrist, and we're gonna go into a high plank pushback. So a modified version, you can put your knees down, and then we're sitting back into the heels, into the hips. Your intermediate version here, we're gonna keep the knees off the floor, pulling back into the hips, nice little stretch through your side, and then driving right back to that push-up position. So go ahead and stretch your wrists out a little bit if you need to. We're gonna go for 10 of these, and here we go. So get a nice big inhale as you push back, and then exhale, driving forward into that push-up position. Here's 2, 3. When we come back to that push-up position, making sure your hips are tucked, glutes are tight. 4, 5. Breathing with it, breathing with it. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Easy coming up. Shake those wrists out. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab your heavier weight, heavier or lighter weight, up to you, depending on how you feel. Now we're gonna take it to our core rotations. In the fundamental series, you had your feet about hip distance apart. Now, we're gonna take it to a split stance. So my feet are still gonna be hip distance apart. I don't wanna feel like I'm standing on a balance beam or on a tightrope. Heel is gonna be up on this back foot, so I have a driver back here. Hips are gonna be tucked, glute tight on the back leg, core tight always. We're gonna go 30 seconds with one leg forward, and then switch 30 seconds with the other leg forward. Holding onto your dumbbell here. I'm gonna keep track of the time on my watch. Ready, and here we go. So just going for that core rotation for the first round. You can just take it easy. If you want a little bit more intensity, you can start to speed up the rotation here. Breathing with it, so I'm rotating chest and shoulders all the way through. It's not just the arms that are going back and forth. I really wanna feel that rotation through my core, and I'm stabilizing as I do this. So stabilizing with the ankle on the back foot, checking the time. Go ahead and switch that front leg, heel up on the back leg, still hip distance apart. Finishing those rotations here. Finding a nice little rhythm with your breathing. Good. Excellent. Remember to squeeze the glute on that back leg. Keep drawing your belly button in towards your spine. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Okay, let's grab both of your heavier dumbbells, and we're gonna take it to a squat with an overhead press. I'm gonna keep the weights at my shoulders here. Feet are still hip distance apart. Think about driving the knees out slightly as you're coming down into your squat and standing up. So we're creating a little bit of tension, a little bit of torque in the hips. We're gonna go for 12 squat to overhead press. So we're coming down, pushing the hips back. See if you can connect your elbows to your knees, and then standing up with that press. Inhale, coming down, all the way up to the top. 3. I like to add a little rotation of the dumbbells to turn my palms out at the top, and then palms back in as I come back down into the squat. 5, 6. I'm gonna do the second half from the side here so we can watch as the hips push back, my knees stay behind my toes. 8. Coming up to the top, follow through with the hips, squeeze the glutes. 10. 2 more, 2 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice job. Okay, go ahead and set those heavier weights down. Shake your hands out. We're gonna go for the lighter dumbbells now, or whatever dumbbell you feel is appropriate for your level today for this workout. We're gonna take it back to the split stance. So again, not standing on a tightrope. My heel is up on the back foot, so I really have to stabilize in that ankle. I'm in this very athletic, ready position. Hips tucked, core tight. We're gonna go for a chest fly, and we're gonna go 10 with one leg forward and 10 with the other leg forward. So starting with the arms here at 90 degrees, we're gonna come together. See if you can get the elbows to touch, squeezing the chest, and then opening up, squeezing the shoulders back and together here. 2. Again, coordinating your breathing. Exhale as you come together. Inhale, open. 6, 7, 8. 2 more on this side. 9 and 10. Excellent. You can drop those arms, shake your shoulders out real quick. Take it to the other side. Here we go, 10 more. 10. Even though this is an upper body exercise, I'm still keeping that lower body engaged, core tight. 5, 4 more here. Feeling it in the shoulders. 4, last 3. 2, 1 more. 1, whew. Okay, awesome, awesome. Go ahead and set those weights down. We have made it to your cardio. Intermediate program means this cardio is gonna be a little bit more intense from the fundamental series. There's always modifications still. We're gonna take it to a drop squat. So feet are gonna go wide and we're gonna drop down into that squat. If you want to modify, we can take it to a low impact. You can step, come down into that squat. For everyone else, we're gonna go 25 drop squats. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2. Inhale as you come down. Exhale up. 4, 5, 7. Find a nice little rhythm with it. 9, 11, 12. 15, here we go, 10 more. 17, 18, 19, last 5, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, awesome. Shake those legs out. Whew. We're gonna take it to your single leg balance next. So, opportunity to slow your heart rate down. Focus on taking some deep breaths. What we are going to do is a single leg Romanian deadlift. No weight needed, we're just gonna go body weight. So we're really just focusing on the balance here. So, whew, jump squats got me. Starting with the knee right up at the top here, directly out from my hip. Opposite knee, the leg that I'm standing on. Slight bend in the knee here. I don't wanna have my knee locked out. It's a false sense of security. You wanna have a soft bend so you can move with that balance a little bit easier. And then here's what we're gonna do. Hinging forward, kicking that leg back, keeping the shoulders back, hinging forward into your single leg Romanian deadlift. Just nice and slow and controlled. And then coming all the way back up to the top here. The goal is to stay balanced, not worried about how fast you do this. Feel how the foot and the ankle and the knee adjust with the balance. Keeping your chest up nice and tall, shoulders back. So I want to avoid rounding and reaching I want to keep my shoulders back, my back nice and straight. Good. Little inhale as I hinge forward here. You're really gonna start to feel this in the standing leg. Make sure we get a squeeze in the glute when you come back up to the top. Inhale. 5, here we go, 5 more. You can always modify how far you hinge forward depending on how stable that balance feels. The further you drop the chest down, the higher that leg needs to come up behind you. Here we go. I think we have 2 more. Last one. Good. All right. I might have got an extra one in there. I lose track of counting when I talk. If you train with me, you know that I am known for that, so I apologize. Let's go 10 on the other side here. Shoulders back, little inhale coming down. Two, squeezing that glute when you get to the top. 3. 4. 5. Here we go, halfway. 6. Again, you can modify how far you go. You can work a little smaller range of motion or start getting into a bigger range of motion. Soft bend in the knee, shoulders back, drawing that belly button in towards your spine. Let's go last one here. Inhale down and exhale up. Nice job. Okay, let's take it down to the mat. Onto your back, we're gonna take it to a crossbody crunch. So I'm gonna go 2 legs straight, and I'm actually going to let you use your hand for assistance on this one. So one hand is gonna go behind my head, working on building up to being able to sit up all the way for the crunches. So I'm gonna use this hand to come up onto my elbow as I pull my knee and elbow together, crossbody. So we're gonna go 15 on one side, 15 on the other side. Make sure you're exhaling as you come up. Here we go. Using my hand as assistance to bring myself up. Hard crunch in the obliques here. 2, 3, 8. Good. Feeling that crunch right in here. 9, 10. 5 more on this side. 4. Big inhale, big exhale. Last 2. 1 more. Nice job. Let's take it to the other side. Move my dumbbells all the way a little. Hand soft on the back of the head. We want to make sure that you're not pulling on your head and neck. If you feel tempted to pull on your head and neck, you can always just hold your ear. Fingertips nice and soft here. Both legs straight. Here we go, elbow to knee. 1, 2. Here's 8, 9, 10, 5 more. 3, 2, last one. Excellent. All right. Take a deep breath. We're gonna grab 1 dumbbell here for some glute bridges. So we're gonna stay down on the mat. Feet are gonna be hip distance apart. I'm gonna place the dumbbell right at the crease of my hips, and my hands are just holding the dumbbell in place so that it doesn't roll but I'm really not using my hands to help with this weight at all. Keeping the weight in my heels. We're coming up for your dumbbell bridge, and we're gonna go for 15 of these. So here's one, coming down, light touch, right back up. 2, big squeeze at the top. 3, I wanna make sure that I'm not overarching through my lower back. So really keeping the hips tucked as I start. So this space in my lower back, I wanna close it down first and then come up with my bridge. So we're really just targeting the hamstrings and glutes here. 6, you should not feel anything in your lower back. If you do, let's take a step back, address, readjust. I think that was 8. 9, 10, last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Close that space down, come up, and relax. Go ahead and set that dumbbell off to the side. All right, we're gonna stay right here. Next up, we're gonna go flutter kicks. So options for your flutter kicks, you can keep your hands by your side, or we can go hands under the hips here. Hands under the hips are so I can eliminate this space in my lower back. If we're arching the back as we're going for the flutter kicks, your hips are gonna be doing most of the work instead of the lower abdominals. So we really want to leverage ourselves to keep that lower back down tight as we go for the flutter kicks. If you need to modify, bring the legs up a little higher to help drive that lower back down. The lower you go with the legs, the harder it's gonna be. We're gonna go for 60 seconds in 3, 2, 1, and begin. You can keep your head and shoulders lifted if you want to. Also helps to leverage to keep that lower back down. If you keep the head and shoulders down, it's just gonna make it a little bit harder to keep the lower back down tight. If you feel like you're starting to lose it at any point during the minute, bring the feet up a little higher so you can keep that space down, and then you can start to rework that low flutter kick. But wherever you are, just make sure we're going with good form here. Form first always. Awesome job. We're almost through it here. Keep taking some deep breaths. Nice big inhale, big exhale. Definitely feeling the heat in that core. 10 seconds left. Breathing with it, hold that focus. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Awesome, awesome. Okay, very last one here. We're gonna flip over onto your stomach and we're gonna go for a crossbody lift for the back side of the body here. So we're gonna go, feet can stay relaxed, reaching the arms up to the top. Up to you if you want to keep your forehead rested down on the mat, or you can keep just a little lift at the head. Whatever is more comfortable to you. We're gonna lift one arm and the opposite leg, going with 12 on one side, 12 on the other side. I don't wanna lift as high as I possibly can to where I'm hyperextending through my lower back. So sometimes it helps to keep the forehead down so that you're not tempted to lift up as high as you can. It'll kind of limit the range of motion a little bit more. So let's go ahead, start with 12 on one side here, a little exhale on the way up, squeezing, inhale, come down, exhale up, lots of squeezing that glute, come down and relax. 3, 4, really lifting through the back of the shoulder. 5, 6, 7, nice long reach in both directions. 8, 9, 10. Let's go 2 more on this side. 11 and 12. Good, right into that other side now. Lifting 1, 2, 3, 4. Arm stays in right next to your ear. 5, 7, 9. Here we go. Last 3, 3, 2, one more. And done. Relax. Awesome work. All right, you have made it through the end of the first round. If you have time, get a second round in, maybe even a third round. Have fun. Make sure you are mastering these movements before you start adding more weight to it. And as always, keep at it, and I will see you in the next workout.